The developers of the last Crash Bandicoot game has just recently teased a new game that they're working on, and it's very likely to be Crash Bandicoot related. The studio is Toys for Bob, and due to their recent tweets and comments, many fans think that a new Crash Bandicoot game is on the arrival very soon. Before we get into that news and more news, I would like to just remind you to leave a like on this video if you want to support the channel. Alright, let's get right into it. This is another episode of the Daily Gaming Report. Hey, what's up guys, OP Gamer here. And as reported by comicbook.com, Toys for Bob, which is a studio most recently associated with Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon, has teased that it's now working on a new game. At this point in time, the most recent release from Toys for Bob was 2020's Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time. That long-awaited sequel was largely well received by critics and fans alike, which has in turn made many eager to see what Toys for Bob does next. And while we don't yet know what might be on the horizon for the studio, those at the company are now providing some initial teases. And one of these teases is the tweet that you see here. They say, "Thanks for playing along. How many did you guess correctly?" You know, it's pretty convenient we have more wall space to cover. And they put a winky face emoji. Now obviously this is a hint at a new game, because everything on the wall is a release that they made. And this would be their 18th game. Now the reason why people think it's a Crash Bandicoot game is because earlier this year, leaks and rumors began circling stating that a multiplayer-focused Crash game titled Wumpa League was seemingly in the works. Now Toys for Bob wasn't the studio that was rumored working on this game, but I mean, who else could it be? They're the people that make Crash Bandicoot game, at least for the past few years. Now I would like to remind you that Toys for Bob is actually owned by Microsoft now, well, eventually owned. When Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard, Toys for Bob is under Activision Blizzard's umbrella. Activision Blizzard owns Toys for Bob, so there is a very high chance that the next Toys for Bob game, which is likely going to be a Crash Bandicoot game, is going to be an Xbox and PC exclusive. Which is quite ironic because Crash Bandicoot used to be the mascot for Sony PlayStation. Now yeah, I know Phil Spencer says many times that he doesn't want to take games away from Sony fans, but I mean come on, they bought the company for a reason. I don't think Call of Duty will be exclusive to Xbox and PC, but something like Crash Bandicoot or Spyro or a game like that under Activision Blizzard's umbrella is definitely a game that is highly likely to be an Xbox exclusive, or at least a console exclusive. Do leave your thoughts about this in the comment section down below. Do you think a Crash Bandicoot game will happen soon? And will it be an Xbox exclusive? Or will it come to PlayStation at some time? Next up, let's talk about Elden Ring. It's been a while since we talked about this game. There hasn't really been a lot of updates about the game. I mean, the developers are patching it up, but it's just to polish the game up, nothing major. But something worth mentioning is that recently the game topped 16.6 million sales, which is absolutely amazing, seeing how the game just came out 5 months ago. To put that into perspective, God of War on PS4 and PC combined got a total of 18.5 million copies sold. And that game has been out since 2018 and is regarded as one of the best games ever. The fact that Elden Ring, which is a Souls-like, and Souls-like games used to be these niche type games that not many people will get into, but Elden Ring definitely broke that mold. I think Souls-like is a genre that will be regarded as one of the best genres ever, and it's all thanks to FromSoft. Elden Ring sold 3.2 million units since mid-May. Now these days I don't usually go for platinums unless it's a very quick game like Stray for example, but I actually managed to platinum Elden Ring. I got so into the game I couldn't stop playing it. The only way I could stop myself from playing it is to get the platinum on PlayStation in order to just make sense to me that I completed the game entirely. I really wanted to visit and explore everything in that game. It will be very interesting to see Elden Ring compete with God of War Ragnarok for Game of the Year this year. I can't decide which game will be better. Obviously God of War Ragnarok still didn't come out, so we don't know about that yet. But let's just say that it will be very difficult to beat Elden Ring. Not just in sales, but in awards as well. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Did you enjoy Elden Ring? And do you think it deserves all the praise? And who do you think will win Game of the Year? Will it be God of War Ragnarok, Elden Ring, or maybe something else? I heard a lot of people are enjoying Stray, and some people are saying Horizon Forbidden West deserves that spot as well. Next up, we have to talk about what Embracer Group is doing. It's actually ridiculous. These people are on a buying spree. They recently just bought Lord of the Rings and Hobbit rights, as well as limited run games, Tripwire, Synctrix, and teardown developer Tuxedo Labs. They own so many publishers. They also recently acquired Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, Thief, and more than 100 studios, including Gearbox, Saber Interactive, and THQ Nordic. I mean, at some point this has to stop. I totally understand that they have the money and they have the right to buy stuff, but at a certain point it just gets ridiculous. I mean, are they just gonna buy the entire gaming market? And if they do that, it will be very bad for gaming, because we don't know if Embracer are the right people to own these type of titles. I mean, 10, 20, 30 games, okay fine, but they own so many studios. I mean, over 100 studios. And each studio doesn't make just one game, they make multiple games. So that is hundreds of games that they own now. And a lot of them are big titles. I can't help but express my concern about this. And now they just bought Lord of the Rings and Hobbit. So now they have control over the movies, video games, board games, merchandising, stage production, and even theme park rights for Lord of the Rings and Hobbit. They keep building an empire out of this. And because of that, me and many others are expressing their concern about how this is a monopoly. I mean, if this isn't a monopoly, then what is really? Yes, Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard as well as Bethesda for over $80 billion for both of them combined. You could also say that's a monopoly, but this is on a different level. I would love to hear your thoughts about this. Do you agree with me that this is a huge concern for gaming? And not just in gaming, even in movies and everything that they own? Or do you think they are professional enough to take good care of the things that they are purchasing? I don't know about you guys, but I just don't feel good about this. Anyway, let's move on to some kind of good news for PC gamers. So if you've been caught up in gaming news recently, you would know that there is a leak about a PC launcher that PlayStation is starting up. Well, a website is live right now for PlayStation games on PC. As reported by thegamer.com, the new website confirms Sony games currently available on PC and previews what's to come. Sony has just launched its new PlayStation games for PC website. As the name suggests, it shows what PlayStation Studio games are currently available on Steam and the Epic Games Store, as well as what games it plans to release in the near future. And they also mentioned that all the games will support DualShock 4 and DualSense controllers. So yeah, I mean, I don't see how this is not good news. I know fanboys will fanboy out, but the more people that can play these games, the more sales it brings to the developers and more attention it brings to the titles. So this is positive all around. I personally own a gaming laptop with an RTX 2060 in it and can play a lot of these games with good performance, so it's always good to play them on the go. And this is definitely a sign that Sony is going very strong with porting their games to PC. If this is not a clear indication that pretty much every single big PlayStation exclusive will come out on PC at some point, then I don't know what is. I mean, Sony is basically saying, expect our games on PC at some point. Not Xbox, but on PC. I mean, we got Spider-Man Remastered, God of War, Death Stranding, Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection, Horizon Zero Dawn, Days Gone, and more. So yeah, I'm happy for PC gamers. Hopefully this launcher is very good and gets popular enough to continue further in the future. Anyway, that's all the news for today. Leave your thoughts about everything discussed. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments, and I will reply to most comments I see. Again, please do leave a like on this video if you found it helpful or enjoyable, as that will help in supporting the channel and making me able to make more content like this. Subscribe to the channel for your daily gaming news, and don't forget to hit the bell notification icon to never miss any future uploads. That's all from me now. I'll catch you next time.